How do we get summer bod 2025? What's the keys? Keys to success here.
I could tell you one major thing that a lot of people really don't understand.
Okay.
And it's to walk. So that's your metabolism saying, hey, you're supposed to be here.
Yeah.
I feel good at this metabolism rate right here. Just seeing people come back and being like what Jacob did. He was like, oh my gosh, I can't, dude, 3 weeks later I can lift with 45s on the bar and I don't look like a wuss anymore.
All right. Jan, welcome to the Jacob Koutas show, dude.
I'm ready.
All right, let's get into it. So you are now a physical trainer, getting people fit, getting people ready to go.
Trying to. Summer's coming up, baby.
How do we get summer bod 2025? What's the keys? Keys to success here.
I could tell you one major thing that a lot of people really don't understand.
Okay.
And it's to walk.
Interesting. Explain more about what you mean by walking.
All you have to do is walk. Go outside and walk for 30 minutes. 40 minutes. It's going to do wonders to your joints. You're still going to get calories out the door. And you kind of clear your mind.
Yeah.
You can a lot of people listen to podcasts, which is great. They can listen to us.
I was going to ask, do you think they should wear headphones and well, they should obviously listen to the Jacob Koutas show.
Well, obviously.
I
mean, come on.
But do you think that people should listen to headphones and music, or do you think they shouldn't? Which mental aspect do you think is better?
That's a good question. I like listening to music. I think I have a variety of genres that
Dude,
I
listen to so much different music.
Dude.
It goes from like Metallica to Dua Lipa to like Bach and Beethoven to like
that's awesome.
To like French music.
Yeah, that's amazing.
It's so crazy.
Yeah, but I've heard it does better with podcasts. Like people love podcasts.
Mm-hmm.
And I was going to say some weirdos, but they're not weirdos. They take their headphones off and they just like listening to the nature, which is great.
Yeah.
Sometimes it eases your mind and you kind of become one with everything around you. And
I would say
do whatever floats your boat, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
right.
I think it's great. So I would honestly, the number one thing would be just to go walk. It's super easy and it's not stressful at all. All these people want, they say I need to cut weight, so I need to go do cardio. Like, dude, we played a sport that involves cardio 90% of the time, maybe even 100.
Mm-hmm.
I hate it.
Yeah.
I don't need to run to lose weight. I just need to make sure that the calories going in are less than the calories going out. And to be fair, this is a controversial statement, but you can kind of eat whatever you want as long as your calories are going out.
I feel like people get too caught up in that. Dude. Like the whole, I don't know if you ever heard of Sam Sulek or you've ever watched him.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the craziest thing is I used to watch what he would eat and I'd be like, how does this guy like literally walk around and he's so fit? Well, first of all, he's probably on some type of steroids. But like at the same time, he's building so much muscle and like he's needs about like 4,000 to 5,000 calories worth of like nutrients to basically keep his muscle at where it is because he's just such a big dude.
Right.
But he would be eating like a full, like huge bowl of Cinnamon Toast Crunch, like a gallon of chocolate milk, like donuts, and like
good.
all of this stuff, and like. And he would do that because he would be like, I need to get more calories than I do have now. And this is the best way to do it because those foods carry so much calories in them.
Mm-hmm.
But then he just looks so good because he has so much muscle. So like he's able to burn all those calories off because he's like just so big. And he's just a big dude, needs a lot to move around.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he was like, it might not be the best thing for you, like to eat, 2,000 calories worth of Skittles, but if you burn 2,500 calories and you're eating 2,000 calories worth of Skittles, you will lose weight. And people look at him and they're like, no, you won't. And it's like, you might not feel good.
Yeah.
Your body might be like, hey, you might need some like just regular food.
Yeah.
Maybe some protein in there, not just carbs and sugar. But like if you eat less, you will lose weight.
Yes. Now, there's another part to the whole thing there with a lot of people are like, I need to lose weight, so I need to not eat.
Yeah.
Now, that's completely debunked. You should not be doing that. Now, if you want to fast, that's great. If you want to if you want to cleanse and do like a juice cleanse or whatever, sure, you can do that, but it's not sustainable.
Yeah.
Right? So the biggest thing I learned was actually reverse dieting, which is really cool, where it's basically the amount of time that you're trying. So someone who's working out like me, who let's just say I've been on a diet for 6 months,
Okay.
a sustained diet, whatever I'm doing, I'm sticking to a plan, and I'm not losing weight. I hit a plateau. I'm where I'm at. I can't lose anymore.
What does a plateau look like in like losing weight?
So I've been on a fitness journey myself. I completely let myself go. I was an athlete for so long, and then I was like, you know what? I'm tired of it. I'm just going to let myself go a little bit. And then I jumped super high, and I was at like 220. I was a meatball. So I was like, I need to figure something out. So then hit a program, and then I dropped to 200. Now I'm at 200. It took me, I think it was like 90 days. So I'm there now. I can't pass 200.
Okay.
I'm like fluctuating between 205 and like 200, 201. And I'm like, why can't I? I'm eating healthier. I am still working out. I'm actually more active because of all the teams that I'm coaching. I'm on the field for 6 hours a day. Why can't I surpass that? And it's just because my body is now used to what I've been doing that I need to do a little bit more.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what the plateau is. I'm kind of stuck here. So this reverse dieting does the opposite effect, where you actually are supposed to eat what you're supposed to eat in calories every day. So I should probably be eating 22 to 2,400 calories a day.
Okay.
So reverse dieting says you eat that for double the time you were dieting for. So now I need to be eating this for a year. I need to stay on this for a year. And then from there, depending on what I want to do with how much weight I want to lose, then I start tracking off 200 calories, 400 calories, maybe up to 500 and 600 calories from my meals consistently every day. And then I start losing weight one by one, nice and easy, healthier. And then you'll feel way better. Your metabolism will stay where you're at as you keep going. And then
so that's kind of how you get rid of the metabolism trick.
Yes.
Because a lot of people like talk about losing weight and, you know, you burn 500 fewer calories, etc. When you lose that amount of weight, if you eat 500 less every single day, your body will eventually adapt. But you'll be a smaller person, but then you'll kind of just stabilize there.
Right. It's not sustainable. You can do it.
Yeah.
If you want to cut 1,000 calories out of your diet every day, you will lose weight.
Yeah.
But like you said, you're not going to feel good, and it's not going to do good things to your body.
Yeah.
Right? So if you want to be healthy, that's a route you can go. I wouldn't say reverse dieting is something I'd want to do because it's a long process, because you basically are resetting your body's metabolism to where it needs to be, and then you slowly go down from there.
What about like eating more food than you're supposed to for like a week or like 2 weeks?
As long as
like, is that reverse dieting a thing where you say you eat 2,000 calories, you're like, you burn 2,500, but you're eating 2,000 for like a month, and then you go ahead and you eat 3,000 calories for like a week to like make sure your metabolism keeps going? Is that a thing?
To be fair, I don't know.
That's a good question.
That is a good question.
We need some researchers.
I'm good with that, and I'll be the first one to say I have no idea.
I'll try it out.
Yeah.
Wait. I gotta eat 500 more calories a day?
Yeah, I would probably assume you won't be feeling very good.
Yeah.
But no, I've to be fair, I have no idea. You'll probably gain some weight.
Yeah.
But it just depends.
Because I feel like you could like lose the weight, kind of gain it back again, and then like get momentum to lose it again. That could be a possibility.
Could.
Because I know a lot of trainers, one of their secret hacks, it's not very secret in the community, is they emphasize the first week of calorie intake as like 300 or 400 lower than they're supposed to be, because the initial results will give you the motivation to continue to go. And I feel like that trick would help a lot. But even more so, it would be like, okay, well, at this week, we get a bulge eat. We get a go on week 7, we get to eat whatever we want up to 3,000 calories a day for the full week. You get to fill yourself up. And then at that point, if you've eaten only like 2,000 calories, you'd be like, oh my God, I have to add 1,000 more calories. You'd be like, this is hard.
Yeah. So that's your metabolism saying, hey, you're supposed to be here.
Yeah.
I feel good at this metabolism rate right here.
Yeah.
But that's actually a good thought. So when I was at Lake Forest, playing at Lake Forest, I had a trainer. super smart, was an awesome guy. I was talking to him about eating habits because I was training with
With the team.
with FC Select.
Okay, gotcha.
And I was like, hey, I'm gonna go play in like some professional games overseas. Like, I need to have a good diet to lead up to it. I need to be fit. I think I was trying out for the Richmond Kickers at the time.
Yeah.
And maybe Forward Madison. I forgot which ones. But he had told me, he's like, eat. He's like, but you need one meal or one day that you just let yourself go, let your body go. And I was like, come on. I think I was a senior or a junior in high school or in college. And I was like, dude, what are you talking about? I need to be eating healthy, whatever.
Yeah.
And he's like, no. He's like, your body is going to be healthy. Working out, your body's going to just be like, dude, what are you doing to me? And it's going to be withdrawn from everything you've been doing, whether it's smoking, drinking, or eating crappy food. And he's like, one meal, one day, your body just needs to release all that dopamine to be like, oh,
Food is so good.
I needed a piece of pizza, or I didn't drink much, but I needed a beer, or I needed a smoke at the end of the night, or whatever it was, which again, never smoked, so it didn't matter. But he was like, let your body go for one time and watch your body kind of release everything. You're going to feel great, and then you're going to get right back to it, and your body's actually going to respond better to your workouts by doing that. And I was like, what? That makes no sense. But I did it. I was in the best shape of my life. I ended up having one cheat day that really helped me just kind of be like, oh, this is what a donut tastes like. This is great. And then kind of go on with my week.
What were your favorite cheat meals during that cheat day?
Dude, I love wings.
Wings? Just like balling out in some Buffalo Wild Wings?
Yes. I used to eat, and this is disgusting because I can't do it anymore. I would go to Buffalo with my baseball team from before, and I would order the 24 wings, and I would have fries with
24?
it. 24, because it used to be 24. Eat them all, have the fries with it, and eat an appetizer of the nachos. All. Ew. Ew. And then in high school, when I was with my buddies, the four of us, we went to Gators. Have you ever been to Gators?
Yeah, I've been to Gators. Gators wings are crazy good.
They're, I think, my favorite.
Yeah.
Shout out Gators. We ordered 100 wings, the four of us. And our assistant coach for BJSW at the time was, I think his dad was part owner.
Okay.
And we were there, and he told him we were coming, and he said, okay, if you guys finish the 100 wings, we'll give them to you for free and whatever. And bro, we had 96 wings, and we could not finish the 4 wings left, but we demolished them. And that's all I loved eating. I could eat wings for days.
Wow. Wings are good. I mean, chicken's good. So.
Which, again, wasn't bad, but it was
still,
a lot.
Yeah, it's still something. Especially
had a lot of
them.
that. Yeah. Yes. Had a lot of that. But
the one cheat meal sounds decent.
Not much. So then, going on from that, another conspiracy is that everyone's like, oh, you eat so good throughout the week. You can have a cheat day. Like with all these programs, you can have a cheat day. You got to be careful because you got to think of your calories throughout your week, not through your days. For example, let's say you have to eat 10,000 calories in your week, 7 days.
Yeah.
Just for an example. And you eat so well. And on Saturday, or going into Saturday, you have 7,000 calories. And if you were to do your normal routines Saturday, Sunday, you're going to be at 10,000. You're going to be good. You're going to be losing weight from that week. But you go out, you have a couple drinks, and you smash some food.
You find that little joint right outside.
And you take a little hit, and you eat some more. You're going to now pack on 3, 4, 5, 6,000 calories from that night.
That's crazy.
So now you're at, let's say you hit 10 on Friday. Now you're at 16,000 on Saturday, and you still have Sunday to eat. So now you've surpassed your intake by 6,000 plus, and now you're like, oh, I did so great in my week. But then Saturday hit, and you're like, you got screwed.
Yeah.
Well, now you just screwed your entire week of work.
Yeah.
So
do you have to then work out to do the output to basically reset yourself if you wanted to be that goal?
if you want to go do all that stuff and have fun, you got to work a little bit harder. That's all I would probably say.
6,000 calories. How much calories is in a mile when you like walk or run a mile?
Ooh.
Isn't it like 100 something?
Yeah, it's not much.
It's not much. I know that.
Walk a mile, you have a drink.
But like I think walking a mile and running a mile is the same, around relatively same calories burned. There's like a little thing behind that.
There's a little bit. I mean, that's why I said walking. Like, I would rather go walk 2 miles than run 2 miles, even though obviously, like we said, we play a sport that requires running. I would rather go walk 2 miles. Now, some people want to run, right? They get that runner's high. I know a bunch of friends that hated running before, and now they're running 5Ks, 10Ks, marathons.
I do too. It's a long journey though to get that runner's high. Though. It's so long.
Can't do it.
You have to do it for about like 3 to 6 months, and you have to do it daily, and you have to run like around 2 to 3 miles daily. Because you have to run far enough to get to that point where you can go beyond like the runner's high. Because like I think it's around 30 to 40 minutes is kind of when it like starts to kick in.
Okay.
And the best thing that I've had in terms of like advice is go as slow as you can to run for 30 minutes consistently without stopping. So if that's a 15-minute mile, then so be it. Like you just got to bounce up and down for 15-minute mile and go 30 minutes and then call it a day and then do it again the next day.
That's great.
And just like they said, don't put a pace on your phone. Don't put a pace on your watch. Just whatever you can do, run it at 30-minute pace and don't stop, basically. And then just build on that, and eventually you'll get to a point where you can run 8-minute miles for 30 minutes and you won't even think about it.
Yeah, that's great. That's great advice.
But like, that's a lot of work also. Like, I work a 9-hour job. It's freezing here in January and February.
Yeah, you're right.
Sitting on the treadmill. And I also want to ask you about treadmill. So is walking outside versus on the treadmill any different? Does it have any different benefits if you wanted to walk on a treadmill versus walking outside?
There could be minor ones. I wouldn't say so. Other people might say there's a massive benefit. I think some things you can argue are actually, well, there's a couple ways. There are a couple things. The treadmill gives if you walk in the right spot, which is normally in the middle, because that's where
What do you mean it gives?
like the suspension of the treadmill.
Gotcha.
It actually moves with your foot if you have a decent one at least.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're walking on the right part, it's actually better for your ankles, for your knees, for your hips.
Interesting.
So it could be better for you. I'll let you know. I think my fastest mile I've ever ran was on a treadmill, and it was like 5:50. I could not do that outside.
Yeah.
No. Why? Because I was able to run, hop, and it was just rolling.
Yeah.
So did I really run under sub 6-minute mile? I don't know.
Possibly.
I've never really tried to run one outside other than our Cooper test back in college, but I still didn't pass those. I was at like 12:10, 12:15.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the treadmill helps you. If you're looking for a solid number, I would probably run outside.
Yeah.
Tracks help,
Yeah.
like at schools, running tracks, because that has give.
And it also has the little like grooves in them so that you can actually get better grip.
Right?
Yeah.
I would also say running on concrete.
I feel like one of the biggest things is you have to have the right shoes. Some people,
It is huge.
It's big, dude. Like
it's big, and there's so many out there.
Yeah.
There's so many. I mean,
There's a shoe running store in Arlington Heights. I don't know if you knew about that.
which one?
The one, it's like on the corner next to Ale House.
Is it new?
Nah, it's not new. It's just really low key. It's like a shop in like the corner. Really nice. They have all the running shoes. They have goos. They've got all the running packs. They're like, yeah, they think that everyone walking in there is running a mile or like 5K or like a marathon or whatever. Like they think everyone's training for like a running competition because that's what they do.
Yeah.
They love that.
Yeah.
But like I was like, I just want to get a little more fit for soccer. Like,
Yeah.
it's not a big deal. And then he got me some Hokas, I think. Yeah.
Okay. And again, Hokas are flying high right now. There's Hokas, and then the on clouds are also doing pretty well.
Yeah.
I like Brooks, but like even these. So my buddy from college made these. It's actually a pretty big brand right now, but these
Those are sweet.
These are considered a running shoe.
Okay.
I don't want to run in these.
You don't have to.
They're so comfy though.
Yeah.
But I don't want to run in them.
I mean, I got my New Balances.
Yeah.
I don't think these are running shoes, but these are.
But people would run in those. So like,
Yeah.
it's just whatever you're comfortable with, and
I would say running in flats though, like soccer flats, is the worst thing in the world.
dude.
Running in soccer flats, like you're just asking for your arches to just get ripped.
Just rip to shreds.
Like you need the support. And like I used to like think that was I'd be like, oh, well, I'm indoor. I'm a soccer player. I should run flats. I did it one time, and I was like, that was the worst experience I think I've ever had in terms of running.
Man, to be fair, I loved running in my cleats.
Yeah, but cleats have the arch. They have support.
They do.
Flat like futsal flats, they're the worst.
Dude,
they're not meant for running
I don't
at
think
all.
I've even had flats like that. To be fair,
they were. Dude, you do not want to run in them.
Maybe I had Diadoras, but that's it.
Yeah, I mean, like Sambas are the same way.
Yeah.
So
super flat, unreal.
Sambas are like a lot of the go-to futsal shoes, but some people don't like the sole because it's a little bit thicker than typical futsal shoes. But still, it's like, dude, you're not running long distance with those bad boys.
I couldn't.
I need the big thick soles that when you like land, it's like a soft little pillow.
That's what these
are.
I'm so
spoiled.
That's what these are.
Yeah, those are nice.
They are nice.
So
they're awesome.
Other than walking, what's the best tips to lose the weight for Summer Bod 2025? What can we do?
A lot of people think that, well, this is for all the women out there. I'm looking at you. Lifting weights and lifting heavy. It's not about bulking.
Mm-hmm.
For men, it might be a little bit because they got more testosterone. But for the women, lift. You'll lose weight.
When you say lift heavy, how do people that are, for instance, like if we were giving my mom advice, because I always kind of talk to her about this, but she just doesn't understand like what lifting heavy means, like, because for me it's like free weights, it's like, you know, throwing weight around, squats, you know, bench press, like what can you do to make those things easier but also be able to lift heavy?
So for her, I would probably give her resistance bands and have her do exercises with that, but heavier resistance bands that would help with whatever she was trying to do. Okay. Now,
would that be considered like lifting heavy for someone who doesn't have a lot of muscle, just resistance bands? Is that good enough?
I wouldn't say it's good enough, but it's a good start to get you going.
Okay.
It's kind of tough unless you have something like adjustable dumbbells at home or an actual bench to actually lift heavy. But that's a good start for someone that wants to get into fitness and wants to start losing some weight, either toning or whatever it is. But again, like toning is just your muscles hypertrophy, which means building muscle. So I would just suggest getting in a weight room. And it's tough because some people don't like going to a gym.
Yeah.
Like I am a personal trainer. I've done all my TikToks. I hate going to personal gyms. Not personal gyms, public gyms.
Public gyms. And you're a personal trainer.
I hate it. Oh my gosh. So it's already hard for me to go, let alone someone who doesn't know how to do.
What do you dislike about them so much?
Dude, there's so much.
Like what's the horror stories? I need to hear these.
Oh my gosh.
Because I've seen like the Joey Swole videos, and those are funny as
all
it
these
is.
pet peeves that I had, and I posted all over. But it's basically, it's too crowded. One.
Yeah.
There's not, and again, it's relative. Like I know it's expensive.
Sometimes it's crowded, sometimes it's not crowded.
Yeah, agreed.
And
I know the space.
That kind of stuff.
I know the space isn't realistic. You need a really big space, but man, just the space. This is a nitpicky one. The space between machines and racks is so small. I was doing an exercise. I think I was doing chest flies on a bench.
Okay.
And I hit this woman next to me at her shoulder. And I like stopped and I put the dumbbells down and looked over. I'm like, "Oh my gosh, are you okay?" And she goes, "Watch where you're going." And she was just this nice, like, young girl. And I was like, I was I bought to hand it to her, but I was in LA Fitness. There's a lot of people around. I'm like, I'm so sorry. I didn't know you were there. She goes, watch where you're going. I'm like,
All right. Well,
I'm sorry. I was doing my exercise. So I just said, screw it. And I kept going and she walked past. But again, like when I'm flying, if the other person on the other rack was doing it, I mean, there is that much space in between us. And I'm like,
this is terrible.
I hate this. So already walking around, being in a small area like that I hate it.
You know what fixes all that problem is deadlift platforms.
Yeah.
They fix all of those problems.
Yeah.
That's the best part. But not a lot of people have those. Not a lot of gyms have those.
No.
But those deadlift platforms, for those who don't know, it's just basically a platform that holds a squat rack and a bench, like a portable bench. So you can do chests, you can do squats, you can do deadlifts, you can do hang cleans, you can do shoulder presses, you can do everything. And it gives you enough room to where there's nobody next to you.
No one next to you. But there's only like the ones I've been going
so
at.
expensive.
There's only like 2 or 3 at every LA Fitness that
Yeah.
I've been at. There's a couple in the city that have more. But again, they're always packed because it's
Always.
everyone loves going to LA, which is fine. Everyone's working out. Great. I don't like that. The other thing, I rock out. Like I have
What do you mean?
I have a home gym
Okay.
at my dad's. Oh man.
Like you're jamming, like
dude.
music?
Yes.
Yeah.
It is blasting. And it ranges from screamo to rap to sometimes acapella.
Acapella.
Well, I'm not rocking out to acapella, but if it comes on, I might stop and sing a little bit because I used to
Hey.
sing when I was younger. So like, dude, I can't do that when I'm at a public gym. Sure, I
Yeah.
got my headphones in.
You can't scream out. and be
Can't
like-
scream.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can, but people are gonna look at you, and again, who cares, right? You do your thing.
Yeah.
Dude, nuh-uh. I am screaming. If I'm like on my last rep, I'm screaming. I'm constantly looking at myself in the mirror because I want to make sure I'm doing everything right. And to be fair, if you look good and you got some muscle and you're
Yeah. The pump
looking
looks
at it,
nice,
dude,
man.
you're gonna look at yourself. You look kind of weird when you're doing that at a gym, and if you're just like, oh my god, yeah, I look fantastic, which is fine. Do it. I don't like doing it at a gym, at least.
Yeah,
So,
in public gyms.
oh
Because
man,
some old lady's like, why is that young man?
yeah,
looking at
well,
himself?"
something like that.
And you're just like, I'm just trying to vibe. Like,
Yeah, and there's so many like things that people like. Hey, you're looking at that girl. Stop looking at her.
you're
I'm
like-
not. I'm just people watching.
You're like, wait, there's a girl here? You're like, I don't have my glasses on. I'm blind. That
That is
happens
also
to me.
true. Yes, I'll take my glasses off. I'll do my ab work, and then
And
I'll
then
just
someone will
look.
be
I'll
like-
be staring, and my buddy was with me, and he goes, "Dude, stop staring." I'm like, "What?" He goes, "That girl right in front of you. Stop staring. She's literally looked at you like 3 times." I'm like this. I'm like squinting.
You
I'm
go
like,
grab the glasses, put them on, and you're like, wait,
I'm
which
like,
girl?
oh my
Oh, that
God,
girl.
that one.
Sorry. Put the glasses away.
I'm like, dude, you're right. I'm looking right at her. I have not really noticed just because I'm not really paying attention. So there's just so many things, and like the locker room too, where there's all these people don't put locks on their lockers, and every locker's full, and
Yeah.
it's just I need
Chaos.
my own space or a gym that's not obviously as crowded. And again, people can just say, dude, just go to a private gym and
Yeah.
go to. You know,
I was gonna
I
say
could.
I feel like you'd be like a warehouse boxing gym where they just jam all
Which
the
I
craziest
haven't
music.
gone to, but yeah, that would be something
Like, because
that
I
I would
feel
do.
like they would just blast music up on the thing. Everyone would just be sparring, and
Absolutely,
you'd be in the
that's
corner
what I
just
need
like
to do.
bumping weights, and then like you grunting, people would look over and be like, "Yeah, dude,
Yeah,
let's
that guy's
go, get it.
guy's getting it.
Let's go, dude."
Like,
Like-
I need that. I need that. So yeah, I don't know.
We were talking about resistance bands. And we went down a whole wonder about what you need.
No, I just again, I was always told to lift heavier,
Yeah,
you'll lose more weight because while your body is recovering, it is requiring more energy through your
Yeah.
body to recover your muscles. So if I'm lifting 10 pounds, if I'm lifting 10 pounds, my body's not going to take as much to recover as if I'm lifting 50 pounds.
yeah.
So that's how that whole thing works with your body. So that's why I said lift heavy.
Yeah.
Whatever
What about
whatever it
like
is.
athletes who are in season? How do they balance lifting heavy and gaining muscle, but also not like going to the point where they would be at risk of an injury?
So it's a great question.
How do you get there?
Great question. I can answer both sides because I was part of both sides. Don't lift heavy. Don't lift for a PR. You'll get hurt.
Yeah. You got hurt? What happened?
I was deadlifting with my boy Elias. Shout out Elias.
McLeod?
Not McLeod. Ingram.
Ingram? Gotcha.
Who maybe you played against?
Probably
played against.
I played against a lot of players. So
yeah. We were deadlifting and we were going against each other. I think he's gonna be mad at me. I think I topped him, but I was at 445 deadlift.
Okay.
Hex bar deadlift, and I think he hit it once, and he looked at me and he's like, "I got you," and I'm like, "No." So I think I went 460 deadlift, and I was a sophomore. This was
Sophomore year high
my
school?
junior year of college.
College, okay.
Junior year of college. Nope. Yes. Anyways, sophomore year or junior year, and I did it, and I looked at him and I said, "No, I got you." Next day at practice, pulled my hamstring.
Oh.
And I knew it was a cross. I looked at him, I flicked him off, and I said, "This is because of yesterday.
Oh,
because of our team lift.
That's tough.
This is because of you." And he was dying. He was laughing, but I was out for the rest of the spring. And then preseason. So, in season, whatever sport you're doing, you need to maintain. I would just say maintain. Now, it depends on how egregious your sport is. Soccer, hockey, when you're moving a lot more, probably. And I just said those because that's what I played. There's other sports that are just the same. But like those sports, you probably need to maintain and recover more.
Yeah.
So maintain your muscles at where they're at so they don't fall off, and you maintain the strength and conditioning you have and recovery rather than trying to gain more muscle because you're already putting so much stress on them.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to pull muscles like I did and hurt yourself. Now, if you're probably doing a sport that requires you to launch things like a track and field, or I wouldn't even say basketball, but because you want to keep your same form, but whatever it is,
right,
then you want to maybe start building more muscle as you keep going, but at a rate where you're not going to hurt yourself and over exceed the limit of your muscle.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's hard for you to know. You got to be careful.
I've seen a lot of training regimens where they do deadlifts, squats, and bench press, but they do like a 50 to 60% like
exactly it.
percentage of like, hey, if you could max out today 100%, like, and it's not like today, like meaning like what's your max overall ever. It's like today, like how are you feeling today? What is your maximum percentage for one rep? Okay, 50% of that, we're going to do 10 reps. Mm-hmm. It's like, and it's like, okay, today you might be like, oh my God, I went on a 5-mile walk to this different campus and I went to here and went to there and came back. And then now I'm a little bit more tired than I was last week. So today my max rep would be, 225 on bench and not 250. So I'm going to do 225, 50% of that, whatever. It was like 50 to 60 and then 55 to 65. It was like different ranges depending on the weeks that we did. And this was for college training, but I feel like that's a very good way to, like you said, contain and maintain your muscle strength. And you could maybe even build on it depending on, your diet or depending on what you're doing in terms of strenuous work for whatever sport you're in. But yeah, I think overall it's good. I think weight training is good in season, out of season. You just got to be smart.
Yeah. I'm doing it with my Elmhurst boys right now.
Mm-hmm.
And oh my gosh, some of the guys that have taken pictures before and after, they've been doing it for, I think, all the spring. So 4 months now.
Are they in off season or on season?
Off season. So we have a certain amount of days we can play, and then we have one game day where we can play games. And
like scrimmage games? Or?
Yeah.
Nice.
And then we're basically done. So they've been doing these workouts, and oh my gosh, some of these guys' pictures from like the first day, one of my boys is like, hey, I was only able to bench like 90 pounds 10 times, and now I'm at 155.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my gosh, dude, well done.
Crazy.
And then he goes, yeah, one rep maxed, 180 for one. I'm like, dude, yes, like this is awesome. So there's just a process to it. Where I went to school, we did like the OPT model, which is basically you start slow and then you get to the tough stuff where it's basically you start with the stabilizing.
Mm-hmm.
Very simple, easy exercises, but it's going to get all your stabilizers. So, for example, if you're doing abs,
Yeah.
my stabilizers in my abdomen are terrible. They're so weak.
What do you mean stabilizers? Like,
So, like when you do an ab and do you shake sometimes?
sometimes, yeah.
Yeah, those are your stabilizers, like just trying to hold.
Okay.
So mine are terrible, but I just got to work on them. So I start with like that stabilization period, and then you get to an endurance phase where then you start working at it more with more reps, and then you hit heavy with hypertrophy, and then you go maximum strength where you go 1 rep maxes, and then you start doing like 5x5s, 3x5s, 3x3s, and then you go power. So plyometrics at the end. So you started base level, build that house or build the foundation, and then you start building your house. And then by the time you hit that power stage, you should be ready to roll. The weight you were doing before should be way higher now, but now you're doing it at a rate where now you're forcing things and you're pulling things at a higher rate, and it's really cool.
Yeah.
So these guys are about to hit their power stage, and I'm really excited to see what they do because my boy Jacob was really, well, his name's Jacob, was really really excited. He goes, I can't wait to like deadlift and clean because they haven't cleaned yet.
Yeah.
So it's going to be cool to kind of see how they do. But that's kind of like my method, and it's been working. And I did it with my high school hockey team, the BJHW team, about 2 years ago. Same thing, dude. Their numbers went straight up. I'm like, they're at an age, we'd probably be a little bit slower, but they're at an age where their muscles are growing so much more at a higher rate. Oh my gosh, it's so cool. And that's what I love as a trainer. I'm like, you started at 180 squat, and now you finished 2 months later at 225, 250. Dude, awesome. And they love it. So that's kind of my method with the athletes, at least, to make sure that they're building on something and they're not just doing a program that's random.
Yeah. Have you ever seen the 5 pound program?
No.
You just like basically whatever the weights are, you do the bench, squat, and deadlift, and then you just every single week you just add 5 pounds until you can't add 5 pounds anymore. So it's for like beginners only. Like beginner lifters only. So like you just go do 45 pounds, you do 10 reps of 3 sets, and then you like the next day you do your squats or whatever. And this is really only for main lifts. And it's like once you do 1 week 45, the next week you add 5 pounds. You go to 55, and then you add 5 pounds, and you add 5 pounds until you literally can't do it anymore. And then like you can't do 10 reps for 3 sets. And then once you can do 10 reps, 3 sets of that, you add 5 pounds again.
That's kind of cool.
Do it again. And it's literally what it comes down to, and what your program is coming down to as well, is just progression overload.
Mm-hmm.
Just continuously working on your skills. And there's different ways to do it, and not everybody's the same. Not everybody needs the same thing, especially for sports.
Absolutely.
Every sport's different. Every sport's completely different. So, but overall, progressive overload is what I've seen as the best method to build that muscle and to build confidence. But yeah, it's so cool, especially as a trainer, coach, whatever, just seeing development with the kids, just like watching them grow and having numbers to show and be like, you ran at this time at a 9-minute mile pace. You can now run a 7.5-minute mile. How do you feel about yourself? And they're like, wait a second, what?
Yep.
They're like, I was really slow before, you know.
It is really cool. That's actually, so the other part is my speed and agility specialization and whatever NASE or whatever certification I have.
Mm-hmm.
I took this kid in baseball and I had him they run 60s. So I had him run a 60.
Okay.
Man, was he slow.
You were just like, ooh.
He was slow. He knew it. He comes up, he goes, what's my time? I'm like, I forgot what it was. I'm like, this is your time. You don't want to know what your time is.
Probably like 8 seconds, 10 seconds.
It was,
like
I think it was around, I think it was around 10.
10.
And I was like, and here's a free advice. I just told him, stomp into the ground, stomp.
Yeah.
Hard. He's like, well, why? I'm like, think of it as a bouncy ball. If you drop your bouncy ball nice and light, where's it going to bounce? Is it going to hit back? Is it going to hit your hand where you dropped it? He goes, no. I said, okay, but if you throw it at the ground, where is it going to bounce? He goes, higher. I said, yeah, think about it as your foot.
Yeah, interesting.
So your foot's going to hit the ground harder, which means where is it going to go faster? He goes, up. I said, perfect. So stomp harder on the ground. Your foot's going to react, and now you're going to be running faster. He improved a second and a half. And I know it could be error from me clicking, but it wasn't. He was faster.
Well, yeah, error from you was like 0.1, 0.2 seconds.
And I came back and I'm like, dude, look at your time. And he goes, oh my God. I said, it was literally from me telling you to stomp into the ground.
Yeah.
We didn't even work on anything. And he goes, oh my gosh, that was great. I was like, yeah. So from there, we ended up working more. And he is now playing. He's a senior at Rolling Meadows.
Okay.
He is going to play college at Elmhurst. So
nice.
He killed it. So
that's sweet.
But like it's easy stuff like that where I can tell you to go outside right now and I'll get you faster in 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Stomp into the ground and run and you'll be faster. It's so cool, man. So like that's why I love training.
Yeah.
And that's why I love training people. And mostly because I'm all online with all my personal training.
Mm-hmm.
For weights, for skills training with soccer and hockey and baseball, that's all obviously outside and hands-on. But just seeing people come back and being like what Jacob did. He was like, oh my gosh, I can't, dude, 3 weeks later I can lift with 45s on the bar and I don't look like a wuss anymore, right? Because I have the 45s on the bar.
Time you hit 135.
Yeah, dude, you hit 135. And you're like, yes.
It's the day you become a man.
Dude, and there's two of them. They were like, Coach, we don't have to take the weight off anymore for the other guys. They just add to ours. I'm like, that's perfect. And that made me smile so big because I just love seeing the progression. And that's the college kids.
Yeah.
The little ones that I coach are even better because they do something and they're like, oh my gosh. And then they see me do it and they're like, you're God. It's just like, no. I just know how to do it. But I've just
practiced for 20 years. It's okay. You'll get there.
So you're right. I mean, the reason I coach and train is because of the improvements everyone makes and it makes me happy and it's really cool.
The return on investment in terms of giving people what the tools they need and seeing the improvement, it's uncomparable to anything else.
It's awesome.
Yeah. I would say that, not trying to sell Johnny over here as a coach for everybody, but you do need a coach. You do. Like, people, if you want to get better, you do need a coach. Like, you can see things, but the coach can see things in completely different ways, tell you them in completely different ways, and help fix it. Because I had Woj, you were talking about earlier, as my golf coach, and I was kind of going through a swing, and like, you kind of can self-diagnose yourself and be like, okay, I think I know what's wrong with my swing, and I think that this is going to be help me practice. And he'll tell you exactly what you thought was wrong with whatever you're going on.
Yeah.
And he said the exact same thing that I was like saying was like what I needed help with. And I was like, yeah, that's it. And he's like, I want you to try this though. And I'm like, wait, what is this?
No. You're like, no.
I'm like, what is? And then he's like, okay, just try this motion. And I want you to feel like you're almost like reaching away. Okay. And I'm like, huh. Okay. I tried it and I like started reaching away. This was like, I think on my driver when I was trying to like basically slice the ball less like everybody else in the world. But he was like, basically like, I want you to reach away and think of like a giant pendulum. And I would do that. And then the ball just started going less and less and less and less and eventually went straight. And it was just only the wind carrying it. And I sat there and I was like, I knew that was my problem, but I just didn't know how to fix it.
Yeah.
And it's just trainers can just look at it from an outside perspective, take a view in, understand what they've been through, how many athletes they've seen go through the same process, what has helped other athletes, and just apply it to whatever works.
Yeah.
Even the stomping ground. People really don't learn running form as much as they should.
No, and I would love to teach more of it.
Yeah.
I would love to, but I love the online stuff. I think everyone, like you said, everyone needs a coach. Even I need a coach.
Yeah.
I do. I don't know if you know David Dobrik.
Yeah.
You know Zila, his buddy Ilya.
Yeah, the guy who did the transformation.
Yeah, so I do his app. I have his app.
Okay.
I am a trainer, but I use someone else's just because, sure, I can make my own. I'm very capable of doing that, and I know what my body needs. But, dude, it's so much nicer just to go into a gym, open something, and be like, this is what I have to do today.
Mm-hmm.
And knowing that it works, it helps. And I know my stuff works just from my athletes and from everyone else, all the 30, 40 people I trained before.
Those testimonies.
Yeah, dude. Like, it's awesome. The one untapped market I feel like for testimonies for athletes specifically is I feel like we don't do a baseline of like
40-meter dashes, 100-meter dashes. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like we don't do those. Like, when you train somebody, the first thing, day one, should just be, okay, what's the baseline? Like, let's run you through this drill. Say it's, for instance, let's do soccer. Say you have a drill set up where they have to dribble through a couple cones and you measure them specifically, dribble through them, dribble around, dribble back, and you time it. And then whatever that time is, you mark it.
Yeah.
You do like a 40-yard dash, mark it.
Mm-hmm.
You do like a half fitness test, mark it. So you can do the beep test, whatever.
Yeah.
As the baseline. And then, the year later, a couple months later, whenever you do the training sessions are over, do the exact same baseline test again and be like,
That's how they do.
Be like, this is you. This is your time that you improved.
Yeah.
You might not think so. This is it right here. This minute and a half that you improved dribbling through.
Yeah.
Like that is going to make you win games. You just keep doing it. Keep working hard. Because I feel like a lot of the micro learning that kids do nowadays, they don't see the constant rewards because
Right.
you're with yourself every single day. So you don't understand that, hey, I got actually a little bit faster today. Like, because you can't really record it.
Right.
Unless you do a standardized test or a 40-meter yard dash and time it
Right.
and know what you did before and then know what you're doing later. So that kind of goes to another point that I want to talk about, which is write it down. I'm a big advocate. Write it down.
Yeah.
Everything you do in terms of weightlifting, the rests you take, just write it all down and you'll
I agree
improve.
with you. I agree with you. But again, I'm here to help you do. I have a Excel sheet that you write all that stuff down. People don't understand that.
Trainers are the best for that. That's what they're for.
Biggest issue, or the two biggest things that people have issues with
Mm-hmm.
personal trainers, especially online, are cost and time.
How much does it cost for an online trainer nowadays?
So,
How much do you cost? I guess we don't have to say anybody
no,
else.
that's fine. So a normal personal trainer goes around like 75 to like 150
per hour or
Yeah.
okay.
So I always make this, I always give this example when I'm talking to clients that are prospective clients.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, if you go to LA Fitness, or I won't say LA Fitness, any gym, because I don't know how much they charge, on average, and I'm going to ask you, on average, how much are you going to pay an hour? What did I just say?
An hour for the gym?
For a personal trainer at the gym.
Ooh.
At the gym, in person.
I don't know. It depends on how many sessions you buy,
So let's go 100.
I think it's like 100, 150.
So let's go 100 per session.
Yeah, okay.
Okay?
Let's do it.
You're going to go 2 times a week. All right, so it's $200 a week. $800 a month. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. That's a lot of money.
That is a lot of money.
What is that trainer going to do for you at the gym?
I feel like depending on the trainer, might put you through some harder workouts.
Okay? They're going to give
Right.
you a workout to do. What
Yeah.
else?
They're probably going to push you.
Okay?
That'll be one thing. They'll
Okay.
probably keep tracks of metrics of what you're doing.
Cool. Keep track.
Yeah.
Maybe give you some nutrition advice.
Usually they don't.
Okay?
Usually they don't. Usually the trainers at the gym are typically ones where they try to get you functionally working out, figuring out form, figuring out that kind of stuff in the workout.
Yeah. And then last thing I would probably say is, are they going to they try, and I would say I would try, but are they going to form that connection with you?
Like personal connection?
Yeah.
I mean, over time, if you have the same exact trainer, yeah.
So I'm going to put maybe.
Put a maybe there, yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Because they have so many clients throughout the day
Yeah.
that, hey, Jacob's going to come in for an hour. Hey, how you doing? How's life? How's everything going at home?
Mhm.
Whatever. See you later.
Right.
See you in 2 days. See you next week. So those 2 or 3 things you're going to get for $800 a month. And you have to go. You have to get yourself
Yeah.
to go
Right.
and then work out at a gym. Now,
And what if that trainer takes PTO or is out for vacation?
exactly. So then you got to go somewhere else. So for someone like me who offers an online program,
Mhm.
you're going to get a personalized program that you can do whenever you want. So a personalized program for however many days you want. It could be 3, could be 2, could be 5, whatever it is. It's going to be tailored towards what you have. So whether at home or in a gym or bands.
Do you do like what equipment they have at home?
Yep, anything. I can do calisthenics. I can do bands. I can do just dumbbells. I can do just a rack, whatever it is. You're going to get the autonomy to do it whenever you want. Okay, so you get 5 workouts for the week. If you can't do it Wednesday because Franny's got a confirmation that you got to go to, then you got to go to Franny's confirmation. So you can't work out that day. Sure. So then put Wednesday's workout to Saturday.
Yeah.
Oh, can't work out Saturday. Got little Timmy's soccer game. Sure. Timmy's going to score a hat trick.
He better score a hattie.
So he's going to score for you, but you can't work out Saturday. So then push it to Sunday. So that's the autonomy you have to work out at your own leisure. I'm going to give you a nutrition guidance. Okay.
I feel like that's the biggest one.
I can't give you exactly what to eat because I'm not a dietitian.
Yeah.
Right. I don't have that background. I have stuff that'll help you. Like, I can't tell you to go eat 2 eggs, a piece of bacon, and a bagel.
Right.
But I can recommend you to go try to eat some carbs, maybe slide some eggs in there and eat that.
Yeah, like the general guidelines of what you should eat.
Because I respect all the dietitians and nutritionists out there. That's not my forte. I have stuff that'll help you. I know what to do, but that's for them. That's not for me. So I'll give you advice with that. Accountability, right? I'm going to be on you. Now, there's a difference between me being consistently in your ear and making sure you're doing your stuff. So I would probably ask you, what type of person do you want me to be? Do you want me to text you every day? I'll text you every day. Hey, how's your workout? Hey, get your workout done. Hey, today's a great day to work out. Or I'll text you once a week. Hey, how are your workouts? Do you need anything changed? Or you might be like, hey, text me in 2 weeks. I'm advanced. I know what I'm doing. I just need something to do. And then let's check in 2 weeks. Absolutely. See how you're doing. So there's different ways to be accountable with that, which is good, which is why I love offering what I offer because I'm very lenient with all that stuff. And then I give a community. So basically, all my clients.
A community forum or a blog or whatever.
I put them into a WhatsApp or a group chat. And then if anyone, I usually go weekly with any questions, or I'll type in like, hey, get your workouts in. So it's not necessarily personal to you. It's for everyone. So you see that and you're like, oh, okay, I got to make sure I get my workout in, but it wasn't necessarily just to you. So with all of that and me being personal with you and making sure everything's tailored towards what you're doing, your life, that's all for $500 a month. So that's what I charge.
So it's only like, is that 5 hours of work for you?
So
about? More so, less so?
Probably less per client. Yeah. I would probably spend...
We have to onboard them, get them in the profile, add them to the group.
Hour or two.
I feel like there's a lot of background work that you have to do as well.
I'll probably spend 2 to 2 hours a day on everyone. And that can go from, and it might go over. Like if I have a new client, then I got to make a program. So then that'll take a little bit longer. But day by day, if the people that want to be asked to make sure they're doing their stuff every day, then yeah, maybe it'll take 1 to 2 hours every day, depending on how many clients you have.
Yeah, but that's still technically more hours than what you're getting at another place.
Yeah. So I tell them that it's a lot cheaper. So like so I do 3-month, 6-month, and 12-month plans. I recommend doing the 6 and 12 month because it keeps you accountable. But like for a 3-month, let's say you go to a gym, 8, 16, 2,400 for the 3 months. Mine's only 1,500.
Yeah.
So again, people are like 1,500. Oh my gosh, it's so much money. It is. But if you think about what I'm giving you, it's a lot. And a lot of the people that I've worked with and my mentors, they do the same. But the biggest advice I got was you have to invest in yourself.
Yeah.
You have to invest in yourself in order to see some results. And investing in a trainer is huge. And people say that about like therapy, right? Like, oh, you don't need a therapist. Like I was a psych major. And I'm like, nah, I don't ever need a therapist. I would love to go talk to a therapist. That would be awesome. Are you kidding me?
Just to pick their brain.
Oh my gosh, that would be great. And again, it's kind of the same thing. Everyone says everyone needs to go see a therapist regardless of who you are, what you're doing, whatever. Sure. I think it's the same way. I think everyone needs some type of life coach or wellness coach, personal trainer, wellness coach, whatever you want to say, in their lives to help them out. now again, there you can run deals and stuff. Like
Mm-hmm.
some of my friends, I give some freebies here and there, but like I have a couple people doing freebies right now, and one sent me a picture, and he looks amazing. It's been 4 weeks. I'm like, I wish more people wanted to be like you and just do
The work. Yeah.
do the work. So that's kind of the price range where I think online fitness trainers differ from the in-person. Now, I'm not going to dock any in-person. If you're an in-person trainer, keep doing what you're doing. I love it. I just think being online, it's a little bit more free for me to do what I can do for you and give you more time. And I just think I can be more personal. And
Yeah.
I love talking to people. So I can stay on and Zoom call someone for 30 minutes. I'll even do a workout with you over a Zoom call. Or if you're around me, like if you want to go work out, let's go work out.
Yeah.
Like that would be fun. So there's definitely a lot of perks to having an online trainer. And I think obviously the biggest one is the autonomy to kind of do it whenever you want. So again, pricing is huge. And then time was the other one. People are always like, I don't have time. Dude, you have time.
You have time.
You have time.
I hate to say it. Get off your phone. Stop scrolling
Get
TikTok
off your phone.
for like 5 minutes.
Get off your dude. I'm a culprit. Now, I'm a culprit.
I like the set time aside to scroll.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of
Yeah,
that.
there's a lot
I'm
of
big
stuff
fan of,
online.
at 9:30, I'm going to literally sit on my phone and I'm going to scroll for 30 minutes. And I'm just going to see the dumbest things in the world on my phone. But for those 30 minutes, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do it. And I know that it's going to be really dumb and a waste of time. But I want to waste that time.
Mm-hmm.
I want to set it aside. But that also means that you have to set time aside to go work out. And the best part about working out is that you don't have to work out for an hour. You don't even have to work out for 30 minutes.
I was just going to say that. Like I said, what do we say at the beginning?
You just gotta
walk
move.
for 15, 30 minutes.
You just got to move. Yeah.
Walk for 30 minutes. That's all it is.
Yeah.
And my workouts, of the amount of workouts I've made, all of them are under an hour.
Yeah.
Even at a gym, under an hour.
Which is good.
It's
At
awesome.
some point, you just lose energy momentum.
Oh, yeah.
And you just...
The
benefit is just out the window in terms of like length of workouts.
Yeah.
Like after like an hour 15,
you're kind of...
it's just like...
Yeah.
You're not getting anything else that's beneficial to
Yep.
it that you wouldn't get from resting and going in tomorrow.
Yep. And I think... I could be wrong. Don't quote me. But I think that...
Allegedly.
I think the 90-minute mark is the amount of time you should be working out, and then your muscles start to detrain. You start to lose a little bit.
Yeah,
as
I
you're
mean,
working out.
I've seen that it's just like the benefits. There still may be benefits from like muscle growth or gaining more muscle from that, but the benefits are not as strong as they were
Correct.
from the first like 30,
Absolutely.
45 minutes. Like,
Absolutely.
you're not getting the best hypertrophy or you're not getting as much muscle growth as you did at the beginning. So just do the 30 to 45 minutes, let your body rest, and do it again the next day.
Yep.
Consistency.
Absolutely.
Consistency is key.
Dude.
I also think investing in a personal trainer, whenever anyone spends money on anything, there's an emotional attachment to that money, and it allows people to actually care about it more.
Yeah.
So I've
That's a
noticed
really
that
good
like
point.
some people will buy gym memberships just to like be like, well, I pay for it, I have to go now, and good. If that's
and good.
if that's what it takes to get you in the gym, is just the fact that like, oh my god, I pay for this, so I have to go because I pay for it. Good. If that's what makes you go, then good.
Yeah.
Go. Like if you don't care about the money, then and you can still work out, then more power to you. But if you don't spend any money and you don't work out and you want to change that, I bet you if you pay a dude $100 to go work out with you as a trainer, whether it's in person or online, you're gonna be like, I'm going to make this worth my $100 that I earned for this.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to make this trainer train me enough to make it worth my $100.
Yep.
And I've found that with, like, workout apps.
Okay.
Workout apps, you use whichever one. Like, the free ones are usually the ones that are the worst because they're just an app that, like, oh, you have to put everything in yourself, and
Yep.
and it still works. But if you invest in, like, I did Center for a little bit.
Okay.
I loved it because it was Chris Hemsworth's
Yeah.
app. the meditation was so much fun, dude. Oh,
That's awesome.
so good. It was just Chris Hemsworth like talking in your ear,
And you're like,
and I
oh,
have like
yeah.
AirPod Pros on, and I'm just like, dude, this is great. And then he's like, oh, you want to get your sleep on, whatever accent he has, dude. And then I'm just like sitting there, I'm listening to Chris Hemsworth, and I'm like, this is amazing.
This is life. I'm peaking.
I'm like sitting here, I'm like,
That's awesome.
so that part was cool. They had like a bunch of diet stuff in there, but
Yeah,
like I had to pay for it, and it made me care more.
that's
It
great.
does. The emotional connection.
I'm with you. I
Yeah.
really like that. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
I mean, I again, everyone needs to invest in their personal health at some point, and everyone needs it. And especially the way our country's going right now with the amount of food and all these processed stuff that's going in all
Yeah.
the food in nowadays. I mean, you need a
nuts.
little bit of help.
Do you think I really believe this, but do you think that the European diet versus the American diet, do you think that actually matters what they put in the food? Like if you ate the same amount of calories from overseas in Italy versus in America?
I mean,
I've
look at
seen it.
Italians.
I know.
I'm Italian. I'm a little bit more pudgy, but look at Italians. My grandpa's skinny.
I know, it's crazy.
My uncle is skinny. They're long and they're skinny, and they both super Italian.
And they eat pasta all the time. It's
all
all
the
they
time.
eat.
My grandpa said he would just eat fish. That's it.
and pasta.
Fish and pasta.
Mediterranean fish and pasta.
I mean,
can't beat
so
that.
I would say yes.
It's crazy. It's.
I mean, you don't
Blows
see
my
people
mind.
around here wearing Speedos. I don't
No.
know if you want that.
I don't think we want that. I don't think we want
I
that.
don't think we want that.
And that's why you got to sign up for John's personal training.
Yes.
To get the summer 2025 bod.
Speedos.
Speedos. So you can wear a Speedo to the beach in Chicago, and everyone will look at you.
Oh my gosh.
Dude, why is that a thing, though? Like, why are Speedos such a European thing?
Hey man, they don't look like us.
I know, that's a good...
Just-
yeah. They're just like, you guys wear shorts?
They're fit, and yeah, it's the culture, I guess. I mean,
Yeah, it's... You see anyone in a Speedo in America, and you're like, that dude's from Europe.
yes.
Like, immediately.
yes. I mean, does my dad own one? Yeah. Is it tucked away? And
Yeah,
maybe hidden?
It should be.
Yeah. Is it hidden in his accordion little case? Yeah. Yes, it is. Yes, it
The
is.
shorter swim trunks have definitely come back around for
They
sure.
have.
But
they have.
but like, yeah, I don't
Which
think,
I actually posted in my Instagram
like the
story the other day.
chubbies.
No, I just said like, do people like shorter shorts
Yeah.
on guys with thicker thighs or skinnier thighs?
What
And
did they
actually,
say?
my sister Alicia, shout out Alicia, she she called me. She goes, "Dude, that question's weird, but it's really funny, so keep it on." Like, I don't know. I was literally I was working out, and I had, I think, my 5-inch Gymshark shorts on, and I'm like, "Oh, these are really small, but my legs kind of look good in them." But I'm like, am I the only one that thinks that? So I just posted the question. So again,
Good question though.
I don't know. We got thicker thighs, so like, would we
do.
look better with shorter shorts on, or is it the skinny ones that everyone's rolling with? I don't know.
Girls always like the skinny, scrawny guys.
Oh, the
though, dude.
skinnies.
They do.
We're short kings,
Like
baby.
they like the anorexic, like non-working out anorexic kind of
I
guys.
don't- The dad bods are in.
The dad bods are in.
Dad bods are in.
So
So hey, if you want a dad bod, I got you.
I got you.
I got you. Unreal.
Eat slightly 200 calories over your current consumption
just
of your
a little
body.
bit, just a little bit. You'll be fine.
Make sure to grab a beer or two on your night
A
home.
lot of beer. Carbs are good. Carbs
Carbs
are
are your
always
friend.
good. Carbs are your friend.
Remember, legs are a little bit tight still, a little bit skinny. You just gotta have a
Unreal.
little bit of lump on the belly.
Unbelievable. I mean, hey, if that's what people want, that's what people are thinking
Hey, man.
nowadays.
Yeah, I don't know the shorts question though. It's a really good question. I would say that the 2000s basketball shorts are out, bro.
They're out,
Ain't
huh?
Nobody want to watch that.
No,
No one wants to see your knees gone and you're looking at your shins. Those are gone.
those are gone. They are gone.
Like the and one shorts
No,
that went
they're
like to your shin.
yes.
Yeah.
I had a pair of those.
Yeah, I did too.
They were
But
my pants.
Mine were like at my knees.
No, mine were like My
three
were all the way
quarters.
down by my ankles because I was so small.
Yeah, I remember that. That was like I don't know who basically ran that trend up, but that was like the whole basketball trend.
Yeah.
I felt like it was just because people like in the industry just couldn't afford to buy smaller shorts.
Sure.
So they just bought really big baggy pairs, and everyone was like, yo, this is kind of comfortable because it's really baggy. And then they just kept rolling through.
Yep.
And now we're at the point where everything's going back to short and skinny like it was in like the 90s.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I would say smaller, like the 5-inch seam shorts are probably fine. 9-inch is a no-go, but 5 to 7 is probably fine. 7's usually like the sweet spot.
Yeah. I think that's what these are.
Yeah,
Mine are
because
7.
it's like when you sit down on a 5-inch short, it goes pretty.
Bro.
It goes pretty high.
It rides.
It goes, and you're sitting there, and you're like,
I'm showing a lot of skin. I'm showing a lot of skin.
And then, but when you stand up, it's fine. But the 7-inch, when you sit down, they just look a little bit. I feel like they cover a little more. The 9-inch ones are just like they bug your knees.
Those are baggy. Those are for the taller guys.
Yeah, those are for the tall guys. The guys who have longer legs, where a 7-inch on me looks like that for him, then he can wear the 9-inch.
That's
shorts.
fine.
That's what they're there for.
I like that.
The tall kings.
Tall kings.
The tall kings, dude.
Oh man, I hate being short. It's okay.
Dude, what's your hat, by the way? Is that what I think it is?
What do you think it is?
Happiness Project?
Yeah.
Were you friends with the guys who made it?
So I was not, but I think my sister is because I think they're her age from Hersey.
Yeah, they're from Hersey.
Yeah. So
they're a global brand.
dude,
now.
they blew up.
Yeah.
And I'm so happy for it.
Happy. There you go.
Yeah. Well,
no pun intended.
No pun intended. Yeah, I've actually been. So I've had 2 of their sweatshirts for a long time.
Yeah.
And obviously, Alicia, my sister, took both of them.
Classic.
So I was like, okay, I need more. So I haven't been able to get around, but then good advertisement on them. They popped up on my Instagram again, and I was like, you know what? I love their hat. And I got one of their sweatshirts again, so hopefully my sister doesn't take that. But
and their business, what they do,
dude, it's awesome.
Yeah, I mean they do like 15% of the proceeds go to mental health. Yeah.
Which is,
and I believe all of the mental health that it goes to, like the research is on their website of like what they actually submit it to.
Yeah, and it's amazing, and I think more people should do that. We at Stewart's do that. My brother has a whole line of coffee that goes towards, it's called Project Donate, where he's got Alzheimer's, he's got trigeminal neuralgia, he's got
that's a mouthful.
Yeah. And I don't even know what it is. He knows more about it. He has Rett syndrome because my cousin has Rett syndrome.
That's cool.
So he has this whole line of doing it. And
yeah,
again,
different.
I love it because you just give back. And ours is, I think, don't quote me again, I know it's my own company, but I think he gives like almost half of it, of the whatever
the profits
is sold.
Or whatever, yeah.
Either the bag. I think we have it's the bags. But
yeah, whatever comes off the top line.
it's amazing. I love it. So I love anything that's donating to a good cause. I think does Allbirds do it too? They might do it. Maybe their shoes do it.
I'm not sure.
Someone else does.
I don't know much about them, but I know the Happiness Project.
Tom's does it.
Tom's?
Right? The Tom's shoes? What are they called?
Yeah.
Is that right?
I think so.
Am I completely drawing a blank?
Like Tom Ford's? Is that what you're talking about?
Tom's.
You can look it up. Feel free. Tom's?
Am I drawing a blank?
I don't know what I don't know what Tom's shoes are. I'm not familiar with the brand.
Yeah, Tom's shoes.
We're gonna find out.
Tom's. You're right.
Yeah. They also do the donation stuff.
Yeah.
I think the best part about the Happiness Project is just like the whole promotion of it is just, hey, like you should be happy. Your mental health matters so that you can actually be happy like everybody else.
Yes. Yep.
That's a cool, like, it's not like you're depressed, like you need to get better. It's like, no, we want to be happy.
Yeah.
Like happiness matters.
Yeah.
You matter.
I love their message. It's awesome.
Also, their posts are awesome with their little stick figures.
Yes,
they're the best.
They're the best.
Little stick figures.
They did
so
a really
cute.
good job. I am so happy, and it's cool that they came out of my high school. So, shout out to them. Cool.
You got another high school famous person. Wasn't soccer player? Was that Hersey?
Or was that
the
guy
Buffalo
from YouTube? went to Hershey. The guy who created YouTube.
Really?
And then the guy who created Go Cubs Go, I think went to Lake Forest.
Interesting.
Don't quote me on that, though. I think one of them.
Well,
but the YouTube thing from her is true. The guy graduated from Hershey.
You know Krenikoff, right?
Yes.
You know she went to Fremd, right?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. Isn't that why? Wasn't she like between our age groups?
She was. I think she's our age.
Well, your age.
My age.
I think she's older than me.
She's my age.
So you think she's your age? Yeah.
Well,
she went to my middle school.
What middle school did you go
to? Carl Sandburg.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Well, do you know Natalie?
I graduated 6th grade when she graduated 8th grade.
You know Natalie Maraduena?
No.
She's David's assistant. Was David's assistant, or still is.
Okay.
She went to Lake Forest with me, and I was like in all of her psych classes. And now she's like super famous, and everyone was like, "You don't know her. You don't know." I'm like, "No, dude. Like she was my partner in a lot of projects."
Yeah.
And I still have. I actually sent this to her like last month, where I still have our last assignment, which was a 38-page research paper.
My God.
And it was 4 of us, and I sent it to her. I sent it to all 4 of them, but I sent it to her, and I'm like, dude, I'm never deleting this. She goes, that was the longest paper of my life, and I will never, ever do that again. She goes, you can go ahead and delete that. I was like, that's fine. But no one will, even like some of my best friends are like, no, you don't know her. I'm like, no, dude, like, she's cool. She's really chill. She blasted up, and she's super famous now, which is really cool. And she does a lot of good things with David and all their social media stuff and vlogging. Crazy. And
their vlogging is nuts.
Because my sister's boyfriend went to high school with them.
Okay,
because he has a little brother, and he was his age, and then my sister's boyfriend's brother, who's my age, is David's age. So I don't know if they were friends, but
yeah, it's crazy how many people have came
weird connection
from the Chicagoland area that are like social media influencers now,
and
or
the and the Pope
and the Pope. Dude, that's ridiculous. I still can't believe that. People keep saying he's a Cubs fan. I'm pretty sure he's a Sox fan.
I don't know, but the memes
are hilarious
going out right now with like the Bears stuff. And
have you seen the Midwest joke?
I don't think so.
Where he's like, he's the Pope from Chicago. He's not the Pope. He's the Ope.
Oh.
He's like, Ope, sorry.
Ope. Yeah, that's awesome.
The Midwest Ope, dude.
Oh, gosh. Ope. That's amazing.
Ope, sorry. Let me get past you. Let me squeeze past you there.
Yeah, we've had a lot of people come out from our little area.
Which is insane.
And Garoppolo from
Meadows, Max Christie, Cam Christie, not Robbie Gold. He just lives here. What's his name? Donovan? No, not Donovan. Brian McBride.
Oh yeah,
he was Hersey?
He was Prospect.
No, I thought he was Hersey or Buffalo
Grove. Buffalo Grove, because his daughter went to Buffalo Grove.
Yeah. So then we've got like the comedian, the Italian comedian, Sebastian. Maybe?
Maniscalco. Cool story about him. My grandpa coached him in soccer.
That's hilarious.
And he was on my uncle's team.
You know what's really funny is that he's from Chicago, right? So he made a video the other day. He's like, guys, stop asking if I know the Pope. I'm from Chicago, and so is he, but I don't know everybody. He's like, Italians know everybody, but I don't know who this guy is.
That's awesome.
Stop texting me and asking me about who the Pope is. I don't know who he is.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, he's a funny guy.
Dude, his dad, he's like the perfect. So I've always been like, oh, what's a comedian for like my parents to watch? Because for us, it's like, we got Theo Von, we got Shane Gillis. Hilarious. Absolutely hilarious.
Yeah.
And I'm like, who would be like a comedian from my dad's age group? And I look at him and I'm like, no, this is him. This is it.
Sebastian.
This is the guy. Like, you listen to the stories he has and the way he tells them.
Oh my gosh.
My dad could relate to
my dad's
all
same
of his
way.
stories.
Oh, your grandpa? Yeah, it's so funny.
Dude, it's
so funny.
They go through the exact same experiences that he does. And, like, I mean, not saying we go to the same experience as Theo Von and Shane Gillis does, but we understand their comedy a lot more.
Yes. I agree.
But, oh, man, dude.
Funny.
He's just so good. But, yeah, there is a crazy amount of people that have came from the suburbs of Chicago area that have really gone crazy. I don't think any have specifically came from Rolling Meadows. Every Rolling Meadows high school kid that's gone big is from Arlington Heights. I hate to say it.
Well, I'm from Mount Prospect. Just I went to Hershey.
Yeah, I hate to break it to all the Rolling Meadows kids out there, but we sadly do not have anybody that's like that.
I don't think Hershey does either, to be fair.
Like, what's Hershey's region though? Like, what is that? Like, is that the town named Hershey? I've never like.
It's Arlington Heights.
Arlington Heights, yeah, like northern.
It's right next to Prospect Heights.
Okay.
Which is right off of Mount Prospect, which is obviously where Prospect High School is.
Which is crazy because you have Prospect and you have Mount Prospect and you have like Prospect Heights. It's like
I live closer.
So hard to remember all the names.
I live closer to Glenbrook South than I do to Hershey, and just because I'm in the corner of Mount Prospect.
The strangest thing about that is that so many schools have that. Where
That's
like
crazy.
You literally will drive past another middle school or high school to get to your middle school or high school.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, look, there's a middle school. There's another one. Are we almost there yet? It's like, well, not enough kids can go to that school, honey. Like,
that's awesome.
It's so bad, dude. It's so bad. All right, well, we got to get you out of here because you got to go to some tryouts. But really appreciate you coming on, dude.
Yeah, dude, this is fun.
This has been such a good time. Please let the crowd know, the camera know, how we can get in contact with you to get some personal training, online training, and all the endeavors you're doing, man.
Absolutely. Just go to my Instagram page, Coach Caps 97. I got a form on there. You can click it, fill that out. I'll see it. We can get in contact. I'll have your information. I'll have your phone number. You could just DM me, say, hey, saw you on Jacob's show. Would love to start working with you. Yeah, and go from there. I mean,
make sure you check out his videos too. They're pretty funny.
We're getting there. They are good.
They're pretty good. I like them.
I'm getting there. I love these, dude. I'm the same. I'm the same.
I've watched a couple videos and I sit there and I laugh pretty hard.
Yeah.
You should make some meme ones though.
Yeah.
Like some making fun of like working out. Like, have you ever seen the one where it's like Demi Lovato, where it's like you think you're fine, but you're actually not fine. You're actually really not fine at all.
I think I've seen that.
Dude, they're really funny.
They're funny.
I'll have to send you a
send me them.
So
yeah, absolutely. So yeah, that's how you could find me, contact me.
Yeah.
Get you going. It's fun, man. I know there are a lot of coaches out there, but I think I differ just because of my personality and how I am, and I'm very lax, but I also know what I'm doing. So it's really cool that the people that are training with me, all my clients, they stuck with me, and it's fun. So
yeah, cool. Check him out, guys. Go talk to him. Thanks, Sean. Appreciate it.
Thank you for having me. Ooh.